From music come from? Why music? How you never end up being a baller?
No, sir. No, I'm done with the athlete. Every time I do that, I get injured. Our genre is so small that we don't have time to be pitting things against each other. I wanted to be an Olympian. That was my first dream and goal.
Really?
Yes, because my dad is like a world-class track and field coach.
I'm going to throw this over to you, Oje, because I don't know what going to come after that, my youth.
No, I come in like you need cartel if you do this. I'm out.
Here I come again, Jaja. Before your presence we singing. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from. Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, cause without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us leave our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go.
Oh my God, I gotta tell you, this is one of my most favorite Garnet Silk song of all time, right?
It. Fun fact, I used to host a radio show and this was the intro song every morning at 9 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Dennis.
So every time I hear it, I think, good morning, Jamaica. Well,
the big show. But then he said, well, one things in life.
One things in life.
Nobody enough to see you no one grudge, you know.
No.
Because how far you come from.
Work where work.
You've definitely put in the work. You've made the sacrifice.
Yes.
They see your glory and they don't know your story. They see your life and they don't know your sacrifice. Because like, you know, work.
Yeah.
When the disciple did an audition for Jesus, and all the disciples never met the audition, and you him come to. I gotta tell you,
them time I work and I'm shut left it.
Yeah.
And go, all right, ladies. So the homework from yesterday.
Sociology.
Them time they are work late at night.
I know.
Them
I'm
time
not
they are work
complaining.
late at night.
And then it's not complaining, but loving it. You know, I tend to find nowadays so many people complain about, oh, long hours. I can't work so long, and I work there hard. And when you're assessing what they're
when
doing,
you look back,
I said to my,
the work can get easier, you know.
I've said to my mom, and I've said to my husband, right, and I've said to you know, a couple of females who are, you know, who are in my circle. I said, something wrong with we. Because Dennis,
we were talking about just the other day.
We're talking about it. They come and say, no. Jane, it look like something did wrong with us. Tanisha, it look like something wrong. Keisha, it look like something wrong with us. Because Dennis, when we are working, you know, you're so focused, you're so into what you're doing, you're so grateful. You understand?
Remember when Jane was Rasta? Hey, Jane, one day you see Jane work with that person, yeah? Then you see her pop up somewhere else. Then you see her pop up you see her pop up, and you say, yo, are you Mexican?
Listen,
how you work, sir?
I remember when I on my radio show then, one of my callers, you know, he called in and he was recounting like, Miss Kitty, I see upon this, I see this, I see this.
Yes.
And then it's like thinking back on it, I was working without even really thinking. I just know that there was a job to do.
And you're putting in the work.
And you're putting in the work, right? And I was just so happy to do it. And you're like, then over there frown, over there complain, and even if you felt down, because human beings all are we, and it's not syrup in our vein, so you're gonna have times when you feel down, or you know, you feel tired, or you feel like throwing in the towel. But then there was a time when I worked every weekend, and I'm talking about we're going across the length and breadth of Jamaica in every crevice, every corner, and you actually like it because you don't know, money short, I want
but you meet new people, you experience new things, you go to places in Jamaica where you never go before.
And you're also building your craft. So you, Dennis, you're a producer, you're a host, you're a senior producer, you're a writer, you're an editor, you know what I mean? And all of these things you know, have come together to help to make you who you are. I say that to say that don't be wary of doing well or doing good, right? Because and putting in the work so that you can build yourself to the next level. I tend to find nowadays people,
no.
Oh my God, I'm tired.
And they want the result, no. And they want the result, no.
God. Dennis, I have to work on a Sunday. My God.
And I don't want it. But you never wanted to do the work on Friday anyway.
Dennis, you know, there was a time where I was not even aware of when there was a holiday, because for me, once it's a money day, it's a work day. I remember there was a client who called me one birthday. And
birthday?
On my birthday. And mind you, I worked even this year on my birthday as well.
Yes, I remember.
At Hilton Rose Hall.
I remember.
Right. Clock it. Right, that part.
Yeah.
And he called and he said, Miss Hylton, Miss Kitty, I'm a fan of yours and I know that today is your birthday, but I'm in a bind. The MC that he had booked, something has come up and the person cannot make it. I said, well, sir, this is what I charge, you know, so rock the rock and do the do. The man said, not a problem. Dennis, you see from here, the man say, money good and everything good. I call everybody and stand down, everything. Though by this time, I would have told my team, it's okay, guys, you can have the weekend off because I'm not working. Dennis, a chin, I call, big up Nuvia Chin, my sister from another mother. I said, Chin, I need a hairstyle, I need a makeup artist, quick and fast and quick. The man said the event starts at 6 o'clock. I was there at 5:45 because I don't want the man changing mind. I said, I'm there. I pull up, I said, on my birthday. That's right. So whatever birthday plans I had, I moved them because we can eat dinner and go somewhere else on the 21st. It's
the
fine.
Shrimp Scampi will be there tomorrow.
That is it. So, you know, big up to all the people.
Just put in the work. Continue.
Put in the work.
Be not weary in well-doing.
Yeah, that is it. That's what my husband said. That's what I was trying to remember. Be not weary. Hi, sweetie, of well-doing. Because, you know, you put time into work. And that is why for me, Dennis, it is to my chagrin. When people will see you at a certain stage in your life or status and they think you don't deserve to be here.
Or them tell you you're not qualified for what you're doing.
You know, or they say, well, you're too hype. You're going like you're too much. Well, you know what? If Mariah Carey or Celine Dion or even Beyonce say they want X, they've earned it.
And so, on top of it, on top of getting X, them say in their rider, them say them want a room filled with M&Ms, but
brown ones only.
All brown ones only.
Put the brown ones only. They deserve it and they've earned it.
As you mentioned Novia China, you mentioned makeup and hair. This hair just brings back good memories, and I don't know why I just feel so happy when I see that area. It's just like...
Dennis, can you allow my wigs to strive, please?
Like, it reminds me of something.
Reminds you of what, Dennis?
I don't know, it just reminds me of one yellow top where you have one black tights and
what?
And you were like...
Dennis, don't touch me. I will pop off your braces this morning on national TV. Can you allow me to strive?
You just remind me of a different season of your life.
Of a pregnant season?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Dennis, I will take off your glasses. Make you cannot read this prompter this morning. You understand what I'm saying to you?
I'm just saying.
I make you can't see for drive go,
I'm just saying. I like the hair.
Thank you very much.
I like the hair.
Well, this is the flat belly here with it now. So have this memory now.
Have this memory now. All right, let me just process it.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks to Tracy from All Things Lovely. Right over there in Parkington Plaza, right beside Ten's Beauty Palace, right? Yeah. So lucky in this one.
Lucky in this look.
Yeah,
so
this is what
kids, you did good.
You know, say, I watch you some black dye in your head. You and Nita? Yeah, for the lie down, right? Yeah. Nita with Jesus nose. The way Nita knows straight.
Yeah.
Jesus knows it.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Yeshua.
Big up, Yeshua.
Yeshua.
Look here. Today, as we talk about work and hustling, there's I want your opinion on something. Today is World Day Against Child Labor. So every June 12th, the International Labor Organization, the ILO, joins forces with partners around the world to commemorate the World Day Against Child Labor because approximately 160 million children worldwide are involved in child labor, which represents 1 in 10 children. They say about 32,000 children in Jamaica are involved in child labor.
Yeah.
But I'm torn because while I acknowledge that there is a concept called child labor and it is something that we should move away from, I believe that children must learn responsibility.
Sure.
I believe that children must learn the value of work. And so where do we draw the line? And so when I look at the World Day Against Child Labor, I'm saying, remind us, how do we define what is and is not child labor? How do you define child labor? The child labor, it comprises work that children are supposedly too young to perform and or work that by its nature or circumstances is likely to harm children's health, safety, or morals.
Yes.
So, for instance,
you can't have your children out on the road selling chocolates late at night. You understand?
And like
because
after a certain time, sir, can you patronize me, please?
Yeah, no.
Why are you on the road? Come and even make me lunch money for tomorrow. Come off of the road.
Listen,
things can happen to you. I believe, because as I've said it before, I grew up abroad and I grew up in a culture of after-school jobs. Yeah. I grew up in a culture where people maybe worked in a supermarket packing bags after school at a certain age. I know I got my first paycheck at the age of 12 because, you know, I got my paper
but those
route.
things are, you see, Jenny, for me, chores and responsibility is different from child labor.
But child labor,
just in the same way, discipline and abuse are two different things.
Yes.
So I believe in disciplining a child, but I don't believe in abusing a child.
Absolutely.
I do believe in chores, but it must be age appropriate. And if I'm even doing work, right? So for example, your paper route, right? It's not to ride around the entire province where you were. It probably was up the road and down the road, or you know what I mean, one little street, and that is it. So it has to be controlled. I don't believe that children ought to be straddled with adult work, difficult work, work as the definition says, that puts them in harm's way, because it is deleterious to their psychological, emotional, and physical well-being. I have had incidents where I've seen these youngsters on the road, and I've said, where is your mother, or where is your father? Where are your parents? Oh, she there around there, so are my mother there home? Are my father? Me don't know my father, or that kind of thing. And I'm saying to them at 11 p.m. at night, you are 11 p.m. because PM is night. At 11 p.m., you ought not to be on a major thoroughfare because somebody can come and grab you and take you away. So I believe in, for example, growing up, I had my chores to do. I had to get up in the morning, and I sat them on Lady Marge, make sure I wake up early. And you have to wake up and wash your little socks, your little slip, your little underwear, you know, and you wash
and these things teach you responsibility.
You clean up your little room, right? So you make your bed, you put away your toys. So even now, at my baby's age, you know, you still put it in, put it in, put it in, put it in. So you're teaching her. But you don't send your little girls, right, to go and beg men. You don't put your little girls, or for example, you have some women who will work at a house of a single man or work at a man's house, and you carry your daughter or your daughters there ostensibly, right? So, keep your company, and you know the man will watch your baby. You get what I'm saying? So I believe that there are too many of our children, Jamaican children,
I agree,
who are tasked with dealing with chores, or dealing with work rather, labor, that they have no business with.
They have no business
Dennis, them are their children. And for me, a lot of times you say, they're putting them force ripe. Yes, them are force ripe, because you put them in situations that causes them to be force ripe.
Exactly. You overexpose them.
Exactly.
You overexpose them.
You sexualize them, you overexpose them. It's too much. So I'm against child labor. You can't have putting them down the road. I run up out a road, I run up and down, no supervision. Listen, Dennis, there are monsters out there.
Exactly.
Not every adult is responsible. Some of them are just waiting and
there have always been. So don't make it seem like, oh, it's nowadays. There have always been, but we had more boundaries and guardrails back in the day. Now, I know that the ILO speaks about, going to fetch water and all sorts of things that they're defining as child labor. But I know that in rural spaces, some of the times the chores and the tasks are broken down into age-appropriate levels. So, like you used to hear back in the day, your grandparents or whatever said before them go to school, them did have to tie out, go out and fetch water because of how they lived. But
a 5-year-old not gonna tie out the goat.
Exactly.
So what you're gonna do, you're gonna probably make the tea. I'm not gonna send my 6-year-old to the well to get the water because you might drop in there. But I might send the 15-year-old who is better able to maneuver. You get what I'm saying? So age appropriateness, and still then is because it used to happen back in the day doesn't make it right either.
No, yes.
You follow me? I deal with because my pitting that. Look here, go sit down. The album you do, I just happy and just do good in that school.
Focus on your book.
Dennis, you know what I found is that a lot of our children are robbed of their childhood.
It is.
Because adult life and adult responsibilities are placed on them far too early.
And then when they reach a certain age,
then burn out.
The activities that you see them doing, it's like your big old age, it's like you can't, just know you start party. And you're like, yo, dial it down. You're grown. So you're not a child anymore. Or as a young man.
But you robbed me of my childhood
exactly.
when I'm living.
As a young man, it's coming like, as a big man, it's coming like, you think you're 22?
Yeah.
You're not 22. You're a big man.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like how, for example.
They're chasing their youth.
Yeah, it's like, for example, how many firstborn
yes.
have to take care of their siblings. I don't like that. First of all, your children or your child should not have to take care of them brother and sister like that. I'm not saying that you can't get an eye, you know what I mean? But at 8-year-old cooking for their 4-year-old, 3-year-old, and 2-year-old, and that is her responsibility.
Yeah, man, I've seen plenty of that. Wash the younger brother clothes, wash all the older brother clothes. You brought
them here, you have the responsibility. I don't believe in having a child over a pan of dirty clothes, right? You can wash your little underwear, wash your little socks, and your little slip. But you just clean also go. No. Look here, me not run a joke. Go your bed, go lie down. I don't believe in stressing our children because Dennis, I find that instead of you're thinking about your childhood and enjoying and playing dandy shandy and playing some skipping, in your mind you think, well, yo, I want to come help my mother, I want to come buy my mother a house, I want to come get my mother out of poverty. And a lot of times these situations open up the possibility for them now to want to not be children and jump into adulthood too quickly and get involved in all sorts of illegal and illicit activity because they think that they are adults. It's too much.
Too soon.
Yeah, so don't tell me, back in the day, me did have to walk 12 miles and tie out 2 goats. I don't care. I don't business. It shouldn't happen now because too, we're living in a different time.
And we worked hard to move away from
But there was a village back then.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right now, we don't really have no village.
No.
So you have to be very careful.
Absolutely.
Be careful. Allow the children, make them grow and enjoy them look at self. And by the way, the parents them too, who stress out, put them with dance class, karate, taekwondo, swimming, horseback riding, everything. The children them want to lie down and watch some cartoon, please and thanks. Don't, because Dennis' child is doing everything, doesn't mean that my child has to do it. Nope. Allow the children to enjoy themselves, watch some cartoon and lie down. Yeah, them tired. Let me tell you no. Them not telling no, but them are sitting at them little mind.
And then they're gonna get cross.
And by the time they reach high school, they wonder why they don't get Z minus. Them burn out. They're tired. Okay.
All right. We're gonna say
cross,
hangry.
Me, he's a rebel.
Hey yo, hello. It is the birthday of DJ Rodney Basil Price, more popularly known as Bounty. Yo, people dead.
Poor people, go under the blind must be led, the hungry must be fed.
That's what I said.
Shalom. Happy birthday, Bounty.
Happy birthday, Rodney Price.
One of the icons of dancehall, the columns of dancehall, the one responsible for so many of our artists who we love, like Busy Signal, Vibes Cartel, you know what I mean?
Wayne Marcheesi,
you know what I'm saying? Marshall, Bling Alliance, because we're not appliance. Happy birthday, Bounty. Hope you live to see many more. And God just his blessings. As a matter of fact, he recently got his United States visa reinstated, and he has a lot of shows overseas, very well attended, and so that's a dancehall general, you know what I mean? Big ups to Bounty Killer.
Right.
Yeah, good morning to all the kids this morning. And by the way, if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
And if it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. We wish you all the best.
Lots of anniversaries in June.
Yeah, right? Because I wedding month.
Wedding month. So
yeah.
Happy anniversary to you wherever you are.
Lovely.
All right.
We've got a great show lined up for you as per usual, and especially for all our sunrise dads. Hello. Good morning to you, Dad.
This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, from fatherhood and finance tips to Money Master class to some cool dads in the kitchen, and we even have the details on a Father's Day concert that you may want to go. But first, how about some music to get the morning started off right? Now run the mixtape selector. It's sunrise. Hello.
Didn't mean to get so mad. You're the best thing I've ever had.
Leo.
That's what Romish should do, you know.
I'm so in love with you. I hurt you, yes it's true. But I got a few words for you. It's okay, it's alright. I'm gonna make it on the morning flight. I'm gonna do all the things you like champagne and candlelight. In case that I don't make it, is the news you will hear. I got something to tell you, baby, are you prepared? You say that you are leaving and the thoughts have me grieving. Mistakes that I made make me look deceiving. If I ever this morning into wonderful this evening, wake up to make up, love is the reason. Say that you are leaving and the thoughts have me grieving. Mistakes that I made make me look deceiving. If I ever this morning into wonderful this evening, wake up to make up, love is the reason.
You've been not playing the field.
She just playing the field. Playing the field.
Can you look me in the eyes and say to me it's natural?
Girl, that could not be real. Couldn't
That's
be
all I
real.
wanted to know.
Just wanna know, girl.
That look it's giving you away.
Give it away, no.
And I never believe in a single word.
I never believe you, girl.
You're living dangerously.
Woman, you're living too dangerous for me.
You're living dangerously.
It's in me, I'm a rent and leave it. I mean, don't do this, feel like me own gram. Me never take program, maybe me own man. Tell them to stand back. Kick off the gear, bust the part lamp. True when them talk, we don't care when we firm. How we now, we are the stress where we are now. In my life, yes, stay firm and strong.
We have a foul outside the box. This is a very critical moment in this intense match. The tension in the stadium is palpable. He prepares for the free kick. Strike the ball and
Do whatever the crunch you want. New KFC Saucy Wings. Delicious, hot, and spicy wings tossed in savory mango habanero or buffalo sauce. Wings that will crunch the rest. New KFC Saucy Wings. It's finger-licking good.
People are just not the same anymore.
It's like we need someone to remind us how to do good.
So you go here, you go here, and you go here. Good move. My name is Jodie Lewis, and if my mom looks in her apron right now, she'll know why we did this.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
A motivating factor for us was always that slogan, you need to enrich others, and from enriching everyone else, you will be enriched.
I usually joke that it's a high school experiment that went wrong.
Well, if they can't manage it, God help them.
He put me on some of his accounts, and the first thing he said is, this is my money. I love that idea.
Everybody have degree, all of us have.
I say, boys, we're not going to put out, we're going to fire. You never stop learning until your day that you die. And that is something that I'm using for myself, that just constantly trying to learn and become better each and every day.
Because we know you're not turning me a grandfather.
Maybe him don't know.
Oh gosh! The Father's Day edition of The Cut is brought to you by NCB.
What's up, racing fans? Tune into CVM to see all of the live action from Rally X.
One race left to go today.
Minutes going up to 7 o'clock on this Thursday morning. It's 24 degrees Celsius here in Kingston. Good morning, and it's time for the headlines with the head of the Department of Language and Literature, TK Dawkins.
Is that what I'm looking like this morning?
You look like the head. You look like the head of the department of
HOD. Well, good morning.
Language and Literature.
Good morning. It's good
Or
to
are we
see
doing
you.
Othello today, miss?
Hamlet!
Yes,
Oh my
that's
God,
what you look like this morning.
We're looking at Julius Caesar.
12th night.
12th night. Et tu brute, et tu Cassius. I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
But HOD them time they hype it up. When you're HOD, you know, it's like TK.
And the English teacher them did always at.
That is so true.
Oh, all right. Well, then in that case,
and that's
good
why I'm
morning.
saying, not
and
only are the English teacher, you're the head of the English teachers.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you,
this
Fabulous
morning we're looking at
Trends,
Shane.
for giving me HOD status this morning in
I
my
love that
blue.
blue. That is
It's
a
a
nice
beautiful blue.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Fabulous Trends always. Big up
All
yourself.
right. We're not talking
All right.
about Shane this morning.
Can we now go to the...
You remember
Watch your
Shane?
nose.
Remember the axe and the
You
stump?
remember I'm Tom Sawyer?
Tom Sawyer.
Hello, Merchant of Venice. Hello.
A pound of flesh and
That
nothing
is-
more.
There is something rotting in the state of Denmark. Gotta tell you. Yeah.
Students,
Yes.
focus.
Yes, miss.
Focus now.
Yes,
It's time to get going. First up in the headlines this morning, Pemrook Hall High School faces literacy crisis.
Lord, look at that.
The Pemrook Hall High School has reported a jarring literacy crisis with over 70% of grade 7 students reading below grade level. Principal Reverend Claude Ellis reports many struggles with basic alphabet recognition. The school's 2 special needs teachers support students with various learning challenges, but a lack of parental cooperation as they remain in denial makes the situation more difficult. Long wait times at Michael Care may be a minimum of 1 year, and high private assessment costs hinder diagnoses, as private assessment costs can range between $40,000 and $200,000. To cope, the school lowers class sizes, provides pathway coaching, and focuses on literacy and numeracy. However, the school struggles with a 1 to 40 teacher-student ratio.
And this is not atypical for many schools. And so we very often see educational institutions that we all are very proud of when we talk about, and we big up my school and the school wars, about who have the best school. But the truth is that we have an education system that for many people, they are not going to the quote-unquote traditional high schools. They are going to reach grade 6 and they're going to be assigned an institution. And they're not going to quote-unquote pass the exam, but they'll go to this institution. And so they become a collective of people who are of a similar capacity. And the challenge is, in many instances, for a long time, there have been aspects of our school system that are a conveyor belt. You go on as a Johnny cake and you leave as a fried dumpling, which is essentially the same thing. And so the education system is supposed to add value to you. You're not supposed to go from grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and not better off. And so that is why the issues of like remediation and like you're supposed to be able to pull you out. I remember growing up abroad, like if you didn't meet the standard,
you can't
you fail.
You can't matriculate.
And so you have to do over the grade. here very often we just pass on to the next problem.
Are slipping through the cracks.
Yeah.
And that's the thing for me, because I'm saying, who does the checks and balances? Who manages the manager? So the teacher and the relay, right? So to me, the baton is not being passed responsibly, because so many students should not have been slipping through the cracks. So it's, for me, it's an indictment on our system, which needs to be fixed, but it's also an indictment on the parents, because education,
of course, and it was said by the principal,
is a partnership between parent, teacher, and student. So if your child at a grade 7 level is having alphabet recognition problems, it's also a parental
it's a home problem.
So you know, check your homework. You know, and I say to parents, even if you can't read, find somebody who can read.
Well, no. My grandmother of blessed memory was not an intellectual. But let me see a book. What is this? What is this? So me never know at the time, so she never know.
Ben Carson's mom, famous neurosurgeon / politician in the United States of America, his mother was illiterate, but she would check the book and pretend to check it. And he only realized that his mother was illiterate when he became an adult. So I am saying, if you are incapacitated, right? You don't know, you don't understand, get help for your child.
Get help.
You cannot sit down and allow your child to go from class to class, from age to age, and they are not where they need to be with literacy.
But here's the challenge, that when they get to a Pemrook Hall, the teachers at Pemrook Hall are not trained to teach the neurodivergent. They're not trained to teach children who are slower or problematic.
Or learn in a different way.
Exactly. And so because of that, you end up in a grade 7 and realize you not do the work and you just fail through and then you pass you on to grade 8, 9, 10, 11. You fail all of your CXC or you pass 1, and then what happens? You're just released into the society. It cannot work. It cannot be.
So we need to fix it, guys.
And so, but that is typical of certain schools. And it, again, the teaching learning process relies on the teachers and administration of the school. It relies on the students, relies on the parents and the organized parents in the PTA, but it also a strong past students association and the wider community that supports the school. And so when you have, for instance, all of those elements coming together well in a St. George's College or a Kingston College or a St. Catherine High School, where you feel the weight of the Old Boys Association, or you feel the weight at Immaculate, you know, say you can't go on with certain things in an Afro-tree because the girls will tell sister.
True.
I still say sister, the principal, right? In these schools, I feel no weight of nothing.
And so then maybe we also need to then call on the past students, right? Our community persons, right? So if you're in the community and you're a teacher, maybe you can go to Pemrook Hall High School or whichever high school or school, or for that matter, in your vicinity that may be having a problem and volunteer some time.
Absolutely.
You know
I think that's a great idea.
Some retired teachers, some retired accountants, some retired whomever. Go and volunteer. Say, hey, you know what?
Because you're still of value. You're 60, but you still have
3 days a week. You're a reservoir of knowledge, right? So let me go to the school and I'm going to dedicate 3 days a week, 2 hours, and I will help out. You know what I mean? Listen, guys, it's a collective. We have to operate as a cohesive whole, because at the end of the day, when these students fall by the wayside and fall into our society,
and then we're going to turn pestilence by you.
It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. All right.
All right. Well, from education, let's go now to sports. Jamaica Independent School Association, GISA Prep School Championships 2025 is set to begin. The Jamaica Independent School Association, GISA Prep Champs, is set to begin today, June 12th, and will run through to Saturday at the stadium. The event will feature over 2,000 student athletes from 41 schools, promising a weekend of thrilling competition. A notable aspect of this year's event is the significant representation from rural schools, adding to the diverse talent on display. Spectators can anticipate witnessing the rising stars of track and field as they compete. Now, here to tell us all about this event is GISA President Tamar McKenzie. Good morning.
Hi, morning,
Hi, Tamar. Good morning. Hi, Simonage family. Good morning, Montego Bay. How are you?
Look here, Prep Champs is serious business.
Talk to us about that, Tamar.
Prep Champs and a play champs, you know.
Yeah.
It's a big undertaking. This year is our 48th year
of
doing this at the National Stadium. It's a big deal for us.
Hold the mic up a little more.
Yes,
perfect.
2,000 students that are participating across 41 schools, and they're coming in from 6 different parishes.
Wow. Nice.
So that's a big deal for us when you look at what it will cost our private schools to just participate, or parent communities. I mean, it's almost all roads leading to the National Stadium this weekend to ensure that our students get the best opportunity to play, to enjoy themselves, to run. So we're really grateful, but we're still calling on corporate Jamaica for help because we're still not where we need to be.
What is the kind of help that you need? Like if somebody's listening and saying, I would contribute, but I don't know how or where.
Well, I'll start with the biggest one. We, as an association, we're very big on equity for all of our students. I just heard you speak about our neurodivergent students. We have our neurotypical students. But one of the things we also have to be mindful of is that even in sports, we have students with special needs who need an opportunity to compete.
True.
And we have a special needs race that we're still seeking a sponsor for. And it has been the hardest race, interestingly,
High
to
Digital
onboard,
Foundation.
a sponsor for. So I'm really hoping that today we can really have some serious support here, so the students have a good time.
Absolutely. In terms of getting our tickets though, Tamara, because we want to come out and support, you know, I saw some the pictures that we were seeing earlier, the photos, you know, it just warms my heart when I see the parents out there shouting and screaming for their kids and supporting. How can we get tickets? Where can we get tickets? And what's the cost?
So tickets are available at the gate at the National Stadium. It's $2,000 for adults, $500 for children, and it's free for all principals.
Nice.
So we're taking care of our principals. We want everyone out. We want our parents out. It's very affordable. We're returning for a second year with GK General Insurance and GK Mutual Funds as our title sponsor, which is a big deal. And we were able to onboard as well main events.
Nice.
So we'll have that huge screen by Gate
Solomon.
7. So I'm really grateful. Thank you very much, Solomon, for working with us, because that was something that we wanted to push the event to another level. Instant replays, having the event streamed. Yes, and I'll tell you something, what he has done for GISA, it's going to change the game for us.
Wow.
And you know, it just takes one working and just calling Solomon and asking him. We were not in a position, we're a very small organization, to even make that ask. And he just said, we'll do it.
And I'm happy that a company like Main Events, Solomon Sharp, big ups to Donna Hussey as well, you know, made that contribution, because sometimes, you know, it comes off like, well, it's prep school, so them rich and them have it, you know. Still, they all need help. And an event like this should be a no-brainer for people just to come on.
The operating space is so different. And when you think about it, and just the performance that we're doing, we're supposed to, in our country, reward good performance with good support.
Definitely.
So regardless of where our children are coming from, supporting events like these, we're supporting our children.
Indeed.
And that should be the reason why we do it.
So we want the stadium to ram out this weekend, right?
Indeed.
Starting today. Right.
Starting today, tomorrow and Saturday. Tomorrow is our big opening ceremony.
Nice.
So we're looking forward to having all critical stakeholders out. We start at 8 in the morning. We go all the way to 6 p.m. every day.
Tamara, somebody's interested in jumping on and sponsoring at this point. How do they get in touch with you?
Me.
Where do they?
Call me.
Tamara said, call me.
The GISA numbers are listed. My number is out there. Reach out to us. We're on Instagram. We're very agile. Just reach out. We will meet you where you are and we'll work with you. We want to put on another great staging for students, especially those coming from out of town. They're boarding, they're busing in. The children are excited. We want to make sure that they're properly fitted.
Which school won last year?
St. Peter and Paul came in first, Vaz Prep came in second, and Our Lady of the Angels third. Interestingly, last year was the first we had a Catholic school that won the competition in 47 years.
Wow. Okay, all right. So all the little kiddies, get ready.
You're supporting KC Prep?
No, y'all work for something this one day. No,
I'm just saying, there's not a KC Prep. There's a Calabar Prep. There's a Zetcatchin Prep.
There's a Woolman's Prep.
There's a Calabar Prep. There's a Calabar all age. Calabar.
Okay, I was just trying to sneak that in. Support them.
You're going to get an order mark. You're going to get a detention today. I'm telling you. But Tamar, I want to just say big up to you and the entire GISA team. I know this takes, it's a Herculean task, especially when you deal with children and parents and the moving parts, right?
Sometimes the parents are more difficult to deal with than the children.
Right?
I cannot respond.
Say nothing.
Yes. But big ups to you and your efforts. And guys, you know, let it be your pre-Father's Day celebration. You know, take daddy out to see the kids, to have some fun, and go and just support the children and their efforts, because I'm sure when they're on the track and they hear the shouts and screams, it really encourages them and helps to build their confidence. So thank you, madam.
Thank you
big
for
up
having
to Sam
me.
Mackenzie as well. Big up the big boss, you know what I mean? Spry family, good morning to you. And that's it for our headlines this morning. Our guest has been Tamara Mackenzie, JP, president of JISA, the Jamaica Independent School Association. When we return, we're talking about fathers and finances in Money Masterclass, brought to you by
JN Bank.
Please stay with us. It's Sunrise on CVM.
Where this inspiration for music come from? Why music? How you never end up being a baller?
No, sir. No, I'm done with the athlete. Every time I do that, I get injured. Our genre is so small that we don't have time to be pitting things against each other. I wanted to be an Olympian. That was my first dream and goal.
Really?
Yes, because my dad is like a world-class track and field coach.
I'm going to throw this over to you, Oje, because I don't know what going to come after that, my youth.
No, I come here like you need cartel if you do this. I'm out.
What's up, racing fans? Tune into CVM to see all of the live action from Rally X.
One race left to go today.
A motivating factor for us was always that slogan, you need to enrich others, and from enriching everyone else, you will be enriched.
I usually joke that it's a high school experiment that went wrong.
Well, if they can't manage it, you know, God help them.
He put me on some of his accounts, and the first thing he said is, "This is my money." I love that idea.
Everybody have degree, all of us.
You know, I say, boys, we're not going to put out, we're going to fire. You never stop learning until your day that you die. And that is something that I'm using for myself, that just constantly trying to learn and become better each and every day.
Because we know you're not turning me a grandfather.
Maybe him don't know.
Oh gosh! The Father's Day edition of The Cut is brought to you by NCB.
One strict, one slick, and the other. Ghetto Misfits presents Leslie Last Boy. One son with three fathers. The hilariously moving Father's Day stand-up comedy special with IT Ellis plus surprise guests. Leslie Last Boy. One son with three fathers. Sunday, June 15, Courtney Auditorium. Gates open 5 p.m. Showtime 6:30 sharp. Get your tickets now at SpurOpen.com. Info line 876-542-4160. Laughter guaranteed. When opportunity comes knocking, grab it. When I got my piece of land, I saw more than just soil. I saw a future. With a JN Bank small business loan, I grew that dream and built a better life for my family.
Start your journey with a JN Small Business Loan with small business loans as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp at 876-295-1298 to get started.
Hey, thanks for staying with us here on Sunrise. Good morning to you wherever you're joining us from. Thank you for joining us. Well, you ever notice how dads always seem to carry the weight of the world, like they have a built-in calculator in their heads for the bills, back to school, and the mortgage, and all at once in the space of, in this edition, of Money Masterclass? We want to really talk about how all those responsibilities can bring about financial anxiety, and how money, masculinity, and mental health sometimes collide. Carlton, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Dennis. I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Big up yourself.
There is a gender socialization that's involved when it comes to money, because men and women, and I think quite rightly, don't necessarily perceive money the same way.
Correct.
And men very often are socialized to think about money and think about as a part of their responsibility, because if you're the breadwinner, then you need to be earning that bread.
Correct.
And sometimes we go about it wrong. Talk to us a little bit about the ways in which money and finances are tied up in masculinity.
Definitely, and I take it from a biblical perspective, which is the foundation. And we have been taught, you know, we've learned maybe through the Bible, the Word of God, that us as men need to be the providers. The Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. That concept alone tells you that a good man. So if we don't leave one, am I a bad man? And rightly so, we shouldn't. So that mindset alone, Dennis, tells us men that we need to ensure that from a financial standpoint, we are doing things how it should be done. So the family can be impacted, one, they can be provided for. And at the end of the day, when we're no longer here, that the children, the legacy, the family that we have left behind is in a better place and space financially. And that, I think, half the time adds the pressure when it is that we think about what I need to be doing. So definitely men should be the provider. But do you agree that us as men, the fathers, really and truly, do we need to be the providers?
I still believe that. Absolutely, I think that men should be providers. We are in a society that has evolved and modernized, and so women have the option of being providers in their own right. They have their independence, but at this end of the day, the fundamental and foundational role of provider resides with the man.
Agreed. So what do you think of the persons or the men who are now saying we want to go 50-50? If I have a child, we're going on 50-50 down the road. As a father, well, from my personal opinion, I don't think that as men, as good fathers, we should be going on that road to say, let us split everything down the middle, 50-50 from a financial standpoint.
I've always found that approach to be nonsensical, because I feel that especially when you get married, that you are become intertwined. So I don't even see how, I don't know where I would see the 50-50. Right? We are our partners. We are financial partners. Some people only think of themselves as sexual partners, but we are financial partners. We're parenting partners. There are times when, you might back me up, but life is never about 50-50. There are times when you have to carry 100. There are times when she have to carry 80. There are times when you got to put your face and a she back you up. And you know, I always say that women are never really broke, because like when man saying no money, no money. When a woman said, she's like, all right, here, you know. But you should give her that leverage to do that.
Correct. Yeah. But with the added responsibility or the idea that we are the sole providers, that brings a level of anxiety sometimes. It brings a level of pressure, heavy pressure, which lead a lot of men to go down maybe a road of depression. I look at some statistics earlier, and 8% of persons who commit suicide are men. 1 in every 10 are fathers who commit suicide. Outside of the pressure, the idea that it rests upon me. How do men cope with that pressure that comes with being the provider?
I think there is an inherent pressure that comes with being a man and knowing that you're judged based on what you are able to deliver and not necessarily based on who you are. And so that pressure weighs on every man differently. Some men, it weighs on them and it causes them to be super productive. Some, it causes them to be worthless. My job is I'm producing a future man. And so my job is to ensure that my son and his sons that he produces, that they learn to take that responsibility, that weight, in a positive way. So, I mean, we all feel a certain amount of angst when pressure reaches us, but I always talk about like an upward angst. I want us to be pressured. I need to perform and be successful, rather than the anxiety making me feel, mega feel. So it's not a downward angst, it's an upward angst, because I know from whom my source comes. And so I am not the source of my wealth. I'm not the source of provision. And so a part of that, I think that we have to ground our men in something that is bigger than them.
I was about to say that what you're alluding to, your anchor and some amount of who you are in a faith, in God,
that's my approach. I don't know what somebody else
is. And sometimes men don't anchor themselves maybe in faith, Father. So the pressure is on them solely.
And you're living this rudderless life.
Yes.
No, we're not.
Just
no,
a blow away, just a breeze out
no.
like that, and that adds additional pressure. But I think as men, as fathers, one of the things, and from a practical standpoint, after we have rooted ourselves in faith and in God and in our source, we have to take some practical steps and responsibility as fathers to ensure that we do an audit of ourselves, of our finances, know where we stand.
Exactly.
And when we know where we stand, then we can plan forward, because we know that sometimes we don't plan ahead for the children, them just come upon us, you know, we have the adult things there, and them drop in.
And then drop in.
Yeah, we understand that. But from a standpoint where you're planning ahead, plan not only for the actual child coming to the world, but how am I going to support, provide, and do that thing for them. But let me close off the segment on a different note as well, because I know that we have all learned something positive from a male figure, a father in our life, from a financial standpoint. What's one thing that you learned, and what's one thing that you want to pass down to Jackson from a financial standpoint?
Again, the concept of there came a point when I realized the same scripture: a good man leaves an inheritance for his children and his children's children. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking of Jackson's children. And if you start thinking about 2 generations down, you move past the anxiety of just the here and now. No, I want to build something for them.
So that's what you want to leave for Jackson.
Yeah. I want him to think about 2 generations down.
And anything you've pulled from any male figure in your life from a financial standpoint?
From, all right, an older man said to me once, when you become a father, you're going to look at your money differently. And you're going to see things that you've been spending on that you're like, why? I will tell you off air how, like, it happened to me. And I was like, adapting this. And it just hit me that the reorganization of my finances. It was important, but I didn't get it until
you became a father.
Yeah, man.
Similar things. And for me, it was the idea of us working extremely hard. You know, I grew up seeing that. As a man, you work hard and make sure you work and put in the thing. And I want to pass that down to my sons as well. That as men, we should be working hard. We should ensure that we're in a position to provide the necessary support that is needed for our children.
All right.
So that's it from me. So happy Father's Day to all fathers over this weekend. I celebrate from Friday to Sunday because I think that us as this new generation of fathers, Dennis, we are doing the thing. We are changing the narrative about good men and good fathers.
Indeed, the Jamaican father.
Yes, man, you're a good father.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate that. And I see that in you. Big up. All right, big thanks to Carlton, super dad and financial educator for this segment of Money Masterclass. It was brought to you by JN Bank. Coming up, Reese's Confectionery, one of my favorites. They're bringing a sweet Father's Day activity. Oh, yes. Your favorite.
My favorite as well.
Bringing a sweet activity to the Sunrise Kitchen with the Dad and Me baking class. We'll be right back.
Got a JN Bank small business loan to open my salon and build my dream with my style. Now I am my own boss, popping my own style and trending up.
Start your journey with a JN Bank Small Business Loan. With small business loans with as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit JNBank.com or contact us on WhatsApp 876-295-1298 to get started. JN Bank, we will help you find a way.
Get ready for a powerful night of worship. Jesus All the Way, a fundraising worship encounter presented by the Jamaica Seventh-day Baptist Conference of Churches on Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, featuring Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Alicia Taylor, Kevin Heath, Nadine Blair, and Perpetual Sounds of Praise. Gates open at 4 p.m. Showtime 6 p.m. Tickets available at SpurOpen.com. Jesus All the Way, a worship encounter with a purpose. Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, powered by Stuart Soto, Love FM, Mellow FM, Gospel JA, and CVM TV.
Every generation brings new hopes and ambitions. For 55 years, Sagicor has been helping Jamaicans to realize their dreams. As we celebrate our past, we look forward to continuing that legacy of trust, providing support and financial solutions for the next generation to succeed. Sagicor, building trust, one generation at a time.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Clock it. Good morning to you. Welcome back to Sunrise right here on CVM. It is always a pleasure to serve you each and every morning, 6 until 8. So log on, listen in, and always do remember to spread the word. Now, we're moving from financial planning to frosting, okay? Owner and head baker of one of my faves, Dennis's faves, I gotta tell you, Reese's Confectionery, Shayana, that's right, me just call her Reese's, you understand? Right, Shayana Reese, she's back with us right here in the Sunrise Kitchen with a sweet and sentimental Father's Day treat. It's all about Dad and Me baking class. Now listen guys, we're big on celebrating our dads, and I want to say big ups to Carlton, big ups to Uncle Dennis, big ups to Tango, and of course all the men, and my husband, of course, right, Mr. Wilkinson, who do such a great job. And this dad that's in our studio, he does a wonderful job. We have Jacques, is it Jacques?
Yeah.
Oh, Jake's. Okay, Jake's Joshua Henry and his son Joshua Jakes. You know, say me cry for Jack today. All right, the way Jack want go down, right? Jack just reverse feed name and get Joshua. Yeah. Talk about a great dad. But you know what? He's great, so it's fine. And Jackie's not going to take off his last name, okay? So they're all ready and right here. Good morning, lady and gentlemen. How are you?
Good morning, good morning. We're great.
Lovely. Well, yes. Listen, you're always just on the cutting edge, and you're always doing things for children, always doing things for family. Talk to us about baking class with Dad for this Father's Day.
Oh, my goodness. So one of my absolute favorite things to do, as everybody knows, is bake. And any reason to celebrate is a great one for me. And I'm so excited we're here today to celebrate dads, right? And especially dads who have a little bit of sweet tooth. And I know typically mommies are the ones who are in the kitchens baking with us, but I'm excited to do a Daddy and Me baking tutorial class. And we're doing one of my favorite recipes, a simple drop cookie. However, the fun twist is it's Daddy's favorite. Whatever silly madness you want to happen in the kitchen, we're doing today.
So great. So we're here on CVM Sunrise right now, but will this be something that you're going to do? Because I remember the other day you did something for the children and it was at the Kingston Kitchen. Where's this class going to be held, or is it that they have to book you to get it done?
So typically I'm down at Jamaica Food and Drink Kitchen doing a class at least once a month and a bunch of private birthday parties, which are so much fun.
Yes.
So this particular one, I won't be in the studio kitchen, but we do have Dominic Pearson. He's doing like a cooking class for the kids this weekend. For me, you can always follow on Instagram, see when our next classes start, or just DM me and say, hey, I need one of these bakets. I need to do a class. And I'll show up and bring everything you need. No mess included.
No mess included. All right, let's get Jake's and let's get Joshua in. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Joshua. How are you feeling? You're good? All right.
It's early.
Yeah, it's early. Joshua's like, you know what? They woke me up, auntie. I don't even know. But talk to me though, Jakes. I mean, you're a dad. How important is it for you to play a very important and integral role in your son's life?
I think it's very important. I think dads, fathers create that umbrella for the nation, right? And I just have to play my part.
All right. And let me ask you, Joshua, what kind of daddy is he?
A really fun one.
A fun one? Like, what do you do that's fun that you like?
Play games like football.
Yeah.
American football.
Yeah. All right, well, guess what, guys? We're going to test your baking skills, right? So, Daddy, step forward, please. Joshua, step forward, please, because we're going to do the baking. I'm not a baker, but Cheyenne is a baker. So, let's do the dough. Jakes, is there anything you pass on? Go ahead. You can start, Cheyenne.
No, you're fine.
Is there any, well, I heard Carlton ask Dennis earlier, what do you want? What type of legacy do you want to leave for your son?
Wow. That's very important. Legacy is very important. I want him to be able to be a good dad as well, and not just a good dad, a good partner to his future.
Right.
And create a legacy in creating wealth for the next generation to come.
Love it. Are there any characteristics in you that you see in him, like you say, yo, me that man, Jesus?
People say he's persistent, and I'm persistent.
Ooh, I like that term.
That is one. He likes sports. I like sports. He gravitates to cars as well. I like the automotive space as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, there's a lot.
All right, good job. Let's get to the baking.
All right, so listen, we're about to add another characteristic and skill, and that is going to be baking in the kitchen today. And I'm so excited. We are going to start off. Here's one of our bake-its. So I brought everything this morning to make a nice, simple, easy transition. We're going to open these up. I'll give Dad the knife. He looks like he can handle that one for me. All righty, and I did bring some smaller items because I know we typically have smaller hands. We're going to slice right through there.
Right there.
Yep, I'll give you a spatula. So every one of our bake-its come with a recipe card. It'll tell us exactly what we need to do. But I'm going to give you guys a heads up. First thing I want to do, open that sugar packet. Pop it in here and start creaming our sugar together with our butter, and we can do it as well.
Oh, nice. That's
yeah, let's do this.
All right.
Perfect. I'll give you some butter and then your sugar packets in there. And while you guys are creaming together your butter and sugar, I will prepare the oven. Wing, 350 degrees. Yeah. Is what we need to put these on.
Oh, okay. Good.
There you go. I gave you a spatula.
So just empty this and that. Yeah. And guys, this is fun for the family. It's wonderful for bonding time. Oh, yes. For, just getting to know your child and just having some fun. And yes, it's gonna be messy, and the mess is also fine. As I always say, right, Dad and Cheyenne, once it's not dangerous, allow them to just explore and just have fun, right?
Have fun, be silly. And that's what's so important about dads, though, and why I picked this particular recipe to do is, while mommies are like always in the kitchen with us and helping us, we're being careful, dads give us that space to explore, to experiment, to be straight up silly in the kitchen. And that is why we're doing Daddy's favorite. It's not just a plain chocolate chip cookie. We're doing whatever mixing you want in there.
Yeah, all of it, Joshua.
Yep, everything goes in there, and we're going to go ahead and add the butter, and then to start mixing away.
Okay, great, fab. All of this? Okay,
everything
fab.
goes in.
Everything.
So the importance of creaming together your butter and your sugar, we're creating air pockets, all the butter. Oh, yes. I made sure this was an easy peasy recipe, no fail.
Nice.
So you want to make sure we mix the butter and sugar in really well. This allows us to have air pockets inside our cookie dough, because we don't want flat, dense cookies. Ugh, boring.
Right.
Those are not it.
This is the part where your mother normally do this, and you got to taste it. You know what I mean?
And it's always so good, but don't eat too much, but keep trying. There you go. Use up those muscles. Do not worry. If you make a mess, I'll clean it. That's the fun part about this.
All right, talk to me again, Cheyenne. Where can we see you? Where can we get this? Because I really like this interactive vibe.
Thank you. Okay, so you can find me online at Reese's Confectionery, Instagram.com. Is that it? However, best way to find me is through there. You can also DM me. Put my phone number on the website or the internet. Who knows? Anyway, find me there. The Jamaica Food and Drink Kitchen, always hosting classes there as well.
I'm mixing. What's up? My thing is combined. Joshua, for your daddy who has done so much for you, what would you like to tell him for this Father's Day? Look at him and tell him. Tell Daddy.
Tell him we're just gonna do something.
But tell him how much he means to you.
Best daddy ever.
Oh, best daddy ever. Oh.
Did you know those studies have shown that when we're working with our hands and there's less pressure, go ahead and add this egg in there, go ahead and add this egg, there's less pressure to make eye contact. Children tend to feel more relaxed and they're more likely to open up and start confiding in their parents as well. And it's a great way to start conversations. It's a great way to bond since we're working together as a team. And there's like no lecture. It's you're working with your hands, just talking about your day. I don't have children yet, but my niece confides lied to me. She's 6. The worst thing that's happened is mommy didn't let her have ice cream for breakfast. But listen, I feel that, okay? I get it.
I love that. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Jakes. And thank you, Cheyenne, as well. Yeah. Cheyenne Reese of Reese's Confectionery. And, of course, our father and son, Jack and Joshua. No, Jakes and Joshua. And Jakes just turned female name that Ronsa and just get a child. But, you know, as a great dad, Jakes can get away with it this morning. TK is up next with our news, but we're going to continue our baking. And who knows, maybe if you come by our CVM gate, you'll get a cookie or two. Don't know. Bye. Bye.
From me yai there me knee, mummy used to always remind me of those good old Jamaican proverbs to keep me wise. Proverbs like, what goat do, kid follow. Good friend, better than pocket money. And if you can't catch Quaco, you catch him short. Just like the proverb, Bosco Oats is ingrained in Jamaica.
Sunshine snacks, cheese balls, grab a sunshine, grab a cheese balls. We a crunch on a cheese ball, daddy nickel pick, grab a cheese balls. Sunshine snacks, cheese balls, grab a sunshine snack, cheese balls. Some cheese in every bite, flavor in every crunch. Extra cheese if you love it so much, love cheese in every bite. Grab a sunshine, grab a cheese balls. We a crunch on a cheese ball, daddy nickel pick, grab a cheese balls. Sunshine snacks, cheese balls, flavor in every crunch. Grab a sunshine snacks, cheese balls today. Enough cheese, no flavor.
From me yai there me knee, mummy used to always remind me of those good old Jamaican proverbs to keep me wise. Proverbs like, what goat do, kid follow. Good friend, better than pocket money. And if you can't catch Quaco, you catch him short. Just like the proverb, Bosco Oats is ingrained in Jamaica.
Every generation brings new hopes and ambitions. For 55 years, Sagicor has been helping Jamaicans to realize their dreams. As we celebrate our past, we look forward to continuing that legacy of trust, providing support and financial solutions for the next generation to succeed. Sagicor, building trust, one generation at a time.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. Minister of Local Government and Jamaica Labour Party Deputy Leader Desmond McKenzie says Jamaicans should never allow the People's National Party, the PNP, to regain power. Minister McKenzie also alleges that the PNP is actively working to undermine the efforts of the JLP leader. More in this report.
Because the steady hands of Dr. Holness and his team as we build the Jamaican economy.
Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie says the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, is actively putting more money in the pockets of Jamaican citizens. This pronouncement as he addressed supporters at the party's St. Mary Southeast Tour and Works on Tuesday. According to Minister McKenzie, the JLP, due to the astute leadership of Holness, has significantly reduced the financial burden of the poor.
The minimum wage. We are increasing the minimum wage about 2 or 3 times since we formed government. And it means that when the minimum wage increase, it means the livelihood of the average Jamaicans also increase.
Minister McKenzie says the social programs instituted by the PNP are lackluster. He claims it's the JLP-based programs which effectively addressed poverty and support vulnerable groups.
Look at the indigent housing program Ministry of Local Government, where persons who are registered on our poor relief program. Again, every parish in Jamaica has benefited from the Jamaica Labour Party indigent housing program.
Minister Mackenzie believes the PNP would potentially reverse developments made by the JLP instead of making worthwhile improvements. He says historically, everything progressive in the country is opposed by the PNP.
You see them over there? You think they're nice? Everything that is positive that Jamaica wants to take the country forward, they oppose it. They're trying to destroy our leader and Prime Minister. Talking about how much bank account. Talking about who do this and who do that. The reason why they're moving in that direction, they can't confront him with programs and policies.
Shante McNeil, CVM News.
Over to sports now. Devon Anderson is the new technical director of Clarendon College's football program. Anderson, who rose to prominence through his work with Holy Trinity in the urban area football competition, was most recently the head coach at Hydel. Anderson's appointment comes after Lenworth Hyde left the post as head football coach at Clarendon College to take up a similar role with Dint Hill Technical. Hyde, who is a Clarendon College alumnus, has left Anderson with huge boots to fill, leaving an impressive resume with the Chapelton-based institution. Hyde led the team on a run of 4 Augusta Cup titles in 6 years and 4 Olivier Shield wins in the same time span. They also won the Champions Cup title in 2021. All-rounder Daniel Griffiths believes that Kensington Cricket Club's victory in this season's JCA Stewart's Automotive Michael Holding Senior Cup was due to the support given to them by the veterans of the club and members of the Preston Road community where the club calls home. Kensington won the trophy for the first time in 21 years, and in doing so, they achieved their 20th lean on the title. Griffiths was speaking with host Orville Higgins on CVM's Fan Central on Tuesday.
She was a part of our team. He's with the West Indies A. Special mention to Ryan Francis, Nick Alsagan. Those guys are the real veterans because throughout the season, they have not only performed, but their impact as senior players, as players who have won things, it's crazy. So in enjoying the moment, there are a lot of jokes, but we could memorize some things that happened and we could just have a laugh about how, all of the struggles, the good times, the bad times, and the butterfly effect of how we just allow things to come. We never really chased anything, we just allowed it to come, and the championship just landing on our shoulders, and we appreciate it.
More from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. There's more Sunrise for you coming up right after this.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Every generation brings new hopes and ambitions. For 55 years, Sagicor has been helping Jamaicans to realize their dreams. As we celebrate our past, we look forward to continuing that legacy of trust, providing support and financial solutions for the next generation to succeed. Sagicor, building trust, one generation at a time.
What's up, racing fans? Tune into CVM to see all of the live action from Rally X.
One race left to go.
where this inspiration from music come from? Why music? How you never end up being a baller?
No, sir. No, I'm done with the athlete. Every time I do that, I get injured. Our genre is so small that we don't have time to be pitting things against each other. I wanted to be an Olympian. That was my first dream and goal.
Really?
Yes, because my dad is like a world-class track and field coach.
I'm going to throw this over to you, Oje, because I don't know what going to come after that, my youth.
No, I come in like you need cartel if you do this. I'm out.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Protecting Jamaica's borders is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time, brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency, is 7:15 a.m.
Look. Why them always, like when I'm freestyle, why them always look?
I guess that would be the dance hall equivalent to boom.
Like them watch me,
yes,
boom.
some go so boom.
Like them buy a little time.
Yeah. To get on the rhythm properly.
On the mic, off the dome.
Yeah.
Checker.
Green Mile,
Look.
Don't
mic
close
check,
your eyes,
one,
or
two,
you might get shook.
Big up all of the YouTubers, Odette, Paulette, Nats, and the whole family. Good
Paulette's
morning
son
to you.
have how much 10 degrees, you know what I'm saying?
tell you.
2 degrees hotter. And Nats is talking about, her dad who passed. And, for some persons, this Father's Day,
is a sad
like
time.
myself, my dad, Kenneth Hylton of blessed memory, a.k.a. Flagara, passed away. So for some persons, this Father's Day is also going to be very painful. And we also have to be mindful because they would have lost their dad or somebody who played that father role to them. And so, the dads that are gone but not forgotten, their legacy lives on. And so we must also honor those dads, but also be mindful that, somebody might be having hard on Father's Day.
I used to hate Father's Day.
Yeah.
Every Father's Day until 2019.
Wow.
I hated every Father's Day.
Wow. For those who may not know why.
Because my father was murdered when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was hard for me when everybody else is celebrating. And then also in the 90s, because he was killed in 1993, in the 90s, I just felt that at the time everything was about deadbeat dads. Like, oh my God. And I knew I didn't have a deadbeat dad. I didn't have my dad. And it's not because he was a deadbeat. And I was like, he would have wanted to be here in my life. I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about, and that is also a part of what made me feel like I want to talk about good dads, and to this day it carried with me. Funny, last week Friday, I saw someone who I hadn't seen in years, and he said to me, yo, you remember this time? Like, we saw a picture of ourselves as debaters in high school, and he said, you said something back in the day, and it stuck with me. Like, you said, your father's gone, and like, who's gonna teach you how to shave? And like, every time I shave, or every time I try to shave, because I can't shave, like, I think about that, and like, I'm like, I never remember someone said that. And he's like, yeah, we were at a youth forum and you said it. And he remembered that about me.
Powerful stuff.
That kind of
so
way.
great dads matter, and that is why I'm happy, especially here on CVM. And me, even in my own life, I pay attention, I congratulate, and I always big up men who are doing well, because I know the narrative normally is, the general narrative is, oh, men are deadbeat or deadbeat dads, they're not doing what they're supposed to. What is for them? But there are some men who go above and beyond, who are extremely great providers, great protectors, great everything. Like, let me say, you see, like if I could get your DNA, like Carlton DNA, my husband DNA, and like Carl Tango DNA, I just want to extract it and put it in some EpiPen and sell it to the woman them. You see what man where like it, just run up on him and juke him with the pen and just
and turn him into a good father.
I turn him into a good man, but that's rich. I have my business model, you know. I have it, you know, I have it. But I mean, there are so many men who are doing well, and for me, that is why this video that we're about to check out, it broke my heart in a way, you know. And my mom was expressing that, boy, you know, she feels sorry for the men because the good ones are normally overshadowed, right? But again, my mantra is the only way to get rid of darkness is to turn on the light, and so we're shedding the light on the great dads. And so it breaks my heart that out of halfway Trina ram up with baskets. And I know the vendor them said, but Miss Kitty, would I want to sell them, but who I go buy them? You know?
About also Mother's Day is marketed well. But let's see the video and let's see what's
let's see the video.
You know, sir, I lay down in bed the last night and I pray and myself and I say, you know, say life and fear. Couple weeks ago, you know, everybody are planning and I'm sending out flyers, Mother's Day, this and Mother's Day, that. One of them just cancel Father's Day, though. Cancel Father's Day. Because I don't work out, you know. Cancel Father's Day because this thing don't make no sense. It may not make no sense at all, this Father's Day business, yeah. It not work out, it one-sided and cruel. Remember me telling you that. I mean, I talk, any man thinks me wrong, tell me. It's Father's Day, yeah. You know, work out. Better than cancel it. Just forget about it and done. And love Mother's Day. And Father, we just do a thing. It not work out. It doesn't make no sense.
That breaks my heart. It broke my heart. I felt some type of way about it.
I think it speaks to a lack of recognition maybe in his circle, because I don't feel that way about Father's Day. You know, I feel very different about Father's Day now as a father. And so, but he, of course, might be one of the many men who feel like the negative side of how our culture treats Father's Day sometimes.
And for me, it's like, you know, you have men who work so hard, but they're only seen as a paycheck. They're only seen as an ATM. And that really gives cringe, you know. And to that gentleman, I just want to, I don't know you, I don't know anything about you, obviously. I saw the video. It really spoke to me. And I felt hurt, you know, just, you know, like sad, oh my God. But, you know, if you're a great dad and if you're a great man, I want to say big ups to you. Thank you for all you do. And though you may feel unseen or unappreciated, what you're doing is making a difference. And trust me, sometimes you may not get it necessarily from the very children now or the women or woman in your life now, but when you picture them grow big and they can talk about what you've done for them, the foundation that you've laid for them, history will absolve you. So big up yourself if you're that dad and if you're that man, you know what I mean?
You know, what I've often said is that we reproduce that which we focus on. So if you keep focusing on the what list put them, you will reproduce more of that. If you focus on the good fathers, if they're in the minority, focus on them. You will push them into the majority.
And I think there's nowadays cohort of men though.
I think it is far better.
I think it's far better.
I mean, if you do an analysis of modern, contemporary Jamaican society, you will find that this whole notion of a single parent matrifocal family has shifted because you find more men. Like if just
you might be a single woman, but you're not a single mother.
Exactly. And I say it all the time. Don't tell a lie. You're not a single mother.
But you're a single woman.
You're a single woman.
Yeah, single woman and single mother, different things.
The same.
And also we have a lot of single fathers too, who I'd like to acknowledge, big up, and just send some love and strength and support. And also, I know this is not necessarily a forum for it, but I can't ready for my conversation. I can't know me go deeper. So. But a lot of times, these same deadbeat dads and dirty man and what this man, ladies, are we a choose them? Hello?
And hold on, no, and you
that
choose
part.
And hold on.
Come in and say, oh, you tell the man what they say, I have 3 kids, all of 3 times. You go there.
Hold on, no, the deadbeat dads have 5 baby mothers. Because their toxicity is attractive to a lot of women. You know?
So again, a cow will never bark. And it is important that you assess a situation, assess the gentleman, assess who it is that you want to share your DNA with, and all of that. Because the truth is, we also have to take responsibility for the persons with whom we choose to reproduce, okay? But there are great men out there. And again, sir, God no, if no vendor out there right now can pack up 2 little basket, please, and just show him, say, you know, to me, Dennis, he seemed like it seemed emotional, and I know a lot of men out there feel that way, and that's why we're going hard for great dads and good dads, great men, all day, every day, because we want more men to emulate that. And I think when we hoist you up, so that other young men can see, and we say, you know, some like how Dennis deal with him youth, I like how Carlton deal with him, I like how Nita deal with him youth, I like how Sasko deal with him youth, the way Sasko the father in. You know, you see the color of a twin and them something. You understand?
Twin maker. Twin maker.
Me want to stay far though. You understand? But say the call, me know what? Girl, just go over there someplace. Don't come near me.
But and the good thing is that there's a certain level of consistency.
Yeah.
From the back in the days of nothing at all.
Yeah.
Till right now, you can see
the growth.
And so you know, say it's not a show.
Yeah.
And a lie.
Being a single woman doesn't mean you're a single mother. And even if you and the father are no longer in a relationship, do not deny him his right
and stop weaponizing the children.
Yeah.
Stop weaponizing the children.
Yeah. But we love you, dads. We love all that you do. And that's why I'm not stop big up my husband, all who do what ear art. Say, oh, you get big up her husband. I say, I want to tattoo him name right here, so. Pop my little forehead, I write us pop my little neck. He's Jamaica's 8th national hero. I care zero. Big up my nice clean husband. Women love you like how Jesus love little children. That's
frightening, man.
What you say?
To you frightening? Are you first person of husband?
Yeah. Dennis, I'll take off my wig and wheel it today. Oh, don't when it comes to my husband, I don't play about that gentleman there. You understand?
Big up King's
I want to eye his scalp and starch his underpants.
Big up King's Coat. So you have a strip like a purple there.
Every time. Royalty.
My God.
Yeah, that is it.
My God.
Big up to the nice clean man. I just love it. Remember say I love family and them something. So I see man do the things them.
Yeah.
But I just love it. Crush banana and care for eat so. Yeah. Yeah,
that's right.
That part. Clock it.
More Sunrise after this. Stay with us.
They're just not the same anymore.
It's like we need someone to remind us how to do good.
So you go here, and you go here. Good move. My name is Jody Lewis, and if my mom looks in her apron right now, she'll know why we did this.
Ready, tech, grow. Business is fast, easy, flexible, and cost less. Oh, entrepreneurs, let's go digital. The government of Jamaica and European Union present Digital Jamaica Training Series. Learn how technology grows your business. Choose the right digital tool. Manage your staff, customers, and money digitally. Data security and privacy. Artificial intelligence. We'll be in every parish. Apply online. www.jbdc.net. Log on fast. Digital Jamaica. Powering connectivity for MSMEs.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
What's up, racing fans? Tune into CVM to see all of the live action from Rally X.
One race left to go today.
How could I not be grateful How could I not give thanks? How could I not appreciate all these blessings I have? How could I be so selfish? How could
I can't be selfish at all. And that's where we always bring the good news, the great news to you. Because guess what? Jah give me everything. So them can't do nothing to stop me. You understand? No frightening for anything. Mad. Gotta tell you, mad something. Okay.
I'm mad something.
Like, really? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Check.
Check.
That's right. Now, thank you so much for staying with us, and big ups to you. And I feel like Yendi is watching right now. So I just want to big up her husband, Omar. As a real general. As a general. As a real.
The way she talk about him, you know, she's a general.
Omar, anyway,
she talk about him, you know.
Big up yourself. You understand? Yeah. Yendi husband, right? Now, this Father's Day, Tiamo Beach, yeah, that's what it's called, Tiamo Beach. Tiamo Beach Resort. They're bringing a celebration with a beachfront experience like no other. Set against the breathtaking backdrop of Runaway Bay, the evening will feature a powerful live performance by none other than the man himself, the twin maker, the rainmaker, Agent Sasko. Artist, icon, and very proud father. And we're joined today, this morning, by owner of Tiamo Beach Resort, Anika DeAndrea. And Agent Sasko is in the building to talk about why we should get our concert tickets and make our way to Runaway Bay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
Morning.
Lovely. We're not beach around the mulberry bush, no time at all. So please talk to me about this particular concert, Agent Sasko, and why you decided to do it this Father's Day.
To go to the video that you showed earlier, you know, that man lamenting, you know, the absence of, you know, the Father's Day celebrations and just, you know, that kind of attention. Well, here we are. So we're doing all a vibe on Father's Day at Tiamo Beach Resort. It's going to be a live performance, which means the band, which is always just, you know, a next level experience. People, you know, if you know, you know, right? So alongside the band, and yeah, we're going to just all a musical vibe on Father's Day.
Nice. I'm happy that you mentioned that, because sometimes too, it's not that events are not being held, but they are not supported, right?
Yes.
And so the options are there, but you have to take advantage. Talk to me a little bit, ma'am, about this, you know, entire concert, how the genesis of it, and what can people enjoy this time around?
Yeah, so just as you were speaking about fathers being so underseen or underappreciated, Tiamo Beach Resort and Spa was built on love. So it's love in generality. So we're looking at fathers being the foundation of love and bringing that to light. And who better than Agent Sasko to bring that, you know, as such an amazing father himself. So it's just enveloping love in the space and recognizing our great dads, and you know, helping those who may feel left behind to be seen and recognize that we absolutely appreciate and love them.
Tell us a little bit about the space, because I'm always a proponent of creating spaces for shows like this, event experiences like this to thrive. So tell us a little bit about the space, and I mean, just thinking about Runaway Bay and as the backdrop, it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's an incredibly beautiful space. We have approximately 40 rooms. We have 36 ready, and we're working on a few more. It's a beautiful boutique resort. The idea there promotes wellness, Zen, so you come there to feel like you can rejuvenate. You're in a space of peace. And as the name Tiamo, which is I love you in Italian, suggests, you know, everything you do there should feel that way. It should embody that. So we have an amazing restaurant with just a fantastic chef. Bringing the wellness spa is a big part of it, is taking care of ourselves, our body, our minds, our soul. So
where exactly is Tiamo Beach? Because in Jamaica, right? Me do like, I need a landmark. So like, so tell me, like, after you come out of Fern Gully, you take 2 left, 2 right. Where exactly is it?
Well, you take enough left, enough right, right on the beach. So the road is actually called Old Road. There are 2 old roads, but this particular one, if you're coming from Kingston area, so as you pass Crossroad, which is Runaway Bay Crossroad that would take you up to Brownstown. You'd probably be about 2 minutes from there, and so that will be on the beach side. So you'll take a right, and so you'll take a right and then a left and then a right.
So it's all like nearly when we did in Puerto Rico, they saw.
You don't get there because Puerto Rico is in Discovery Bay. So we're in Runaway Bay, so it's before Puerto Rico.
Oh, you see, that's right, in Puerto Rico.
So now, remember, the most important part of any Jamaican direction, if you reach Puerto Rico,
you go too far.
Too far.
Yeah, man. So just turn back, turn back and come, and just look for Old Road. You know,
look for Old Road. Is it is it going to be a seated event? And how should persons dress?
Oh, that's a great question.
To come.
So we'll have a combination. So we'll have seats available for those who would like to sit. And you know, enough people want to jump up so they can stand and move around. Right? So yeah,
so they can bring their chairs and stuff like that.
I mean, we'll have chairs. We'll have the venue well set to receive our fathers and our guests. But you know, if people want to stand around, that's also okay. And dress comfortably because you want to move around and dance and you know, get in the vibe. So no, you're not stuck up. Just make the thing nice.
For persons who may want to stay over, are they available to book rooms now?
Absolutely. So as I said, the rooms are limited. They're absolutely beautifully appointed. Right now we have a special, so it's $150 for the night of the weekend of Father's Day. So if folks are interested, no, per night.
Per night.
Per night.
Come on.
Great. I'm glad you clarified We need over 90 rooms then. Yeah. So per night, per person, it's $150 for the Father's Day weekend. Yeah.
So I mean, you're somebody who your story of fatherhood, people are familiar with and people connect with. You know, you've been at it for a while from the apple of your eye.
19 years now.
Yes.
Wow.
And we've watched your kids grow up with you and watched you evolve. If there's anything that you would say this time around, coming up with the twins, that you're this type of father now versus vis-a-vis when your first child was
experienced. So now, you know, Ali's mom sent me a video of her walking into her internship. So she completed a year of law school. She's working in an internship at a law firm. And I said, you know what, if the proof is in the pudding, we can really, you know, acknowledge that we did something right, you know, based on how she's grown and turned out. So now I'm more confident in the things that I was able to do and learn, you know, in raising Alian and by extension Lauren and Joshua. So now I know I have a playbook because them don't come with manuals, so you have to kind of put it together yourself. And so I'm more confident in knowing what to do in what situations and how to, you know, approach things.
Is there anything that's the same 19 years later, consistent?
The constant is that each individual is different, and one of the things that I've committed to as a father, even from then, is to acknowledge that I'm here to try and help them to maximize themselves, whatever that is, and not necessarily my or anyone else's idea of what that should be. You know, so that's the constant. It's like you're gonna have to learn who these new people are, and then you treat them accordingly.
There are still too many dads that are not doing what they ought to do and what they're supposed to do. And the truth is, sometimes they want the acknowledgement for which they've not worked or for which they've not earned. As a father who is very present, provider, protector, talk to them and let them know how important it is. Even if you're and the girl not talk anymore, if you and the mother are not together, the youth them not supposed to feel it or get involved.
So one of the things also that I acknowledge even early on is what duty and responsibility and all those things really mean. So even when you hear people say, "Well, I'm not lying, him take care of me with them still," I'm like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" So even the idea of, and I disagree with the gentleman a little bit earlier, because the idea of being celebrated for a duty,
agree.
I don't need to be celebrated for it because I must do it. So the celebration is nice and give thanks, but it's a duty. It's I have to do what I have to do regardless. So you know what I mean. So if I'm not celebrated, what am I going to do now? Don't be a father now. No, it's not about that. It's absolutely about the duty of it.
What kind of show are you bringing for Father's Day at
Well, it's me and the band, you know, so we just go all a vibe and, you know, enjoy ourselves. So some of the times you're on a show and you like have to cut in a performance because it might have other people performing and all of that. And sometimes you might hear me say, boy, it's not an album launch. Well, this time it's kind of like an album launch because, you know, we're just, you know, the full...
Any new material we're going to get?
Yeah, man. Things are always new and fresh and you don't know. So, yeah, it's the kind of vibe where, you know, it's just fun and, you know, intimate vibes and we just enjoy ourselves. Clean.
What time is start time?
7 p.m. So our gates open at 5. During the day we have a Father's Day brunch. That'll start at 9. So that's open and available. We look forward to having the community show up there as well. But for the show, our gates open at 5 and the show starts at 7.
Sharp.
Yeah, that's what is sharp. And we're very grateful for that. Okay.
Yeah,
and by the way, he's the type of artist who will perform rain or shine.
Tell
so
them
it doesn't really matter.
Tell them
rain or shine.
That is it.
Sharp on time. Where can we find Tiamo Beach and more about the concert on social media?
Yeah, so you can visit tiamobeachresort.com for the website to purchase tickets and to learn more about the resort, the spa. We have Facebook at Tiamo Beach and also Instagram. So there, we have various outlets that you can find out more information.
Very wonderful. All right. Great. All right.
Sunday, we in there. Forward.
Forward. All right. Thank you.
We have to take all the assassins over. We can get the case with the 2-day body. And that's why
it might disappear.
It might disappear for a minute. So we want to make sure we did it. Because we want to soak in every little thing.
Yes,
so we can hang on upon it.
You can get to them.
Sleepless night there.
Yeah.
That night yeah. And you do it, sir. Why you do it, sir?
It did nice.
All right. Big thanks to Anika Deandra and Agent Sasko for joining us this morning. Be sure to grab your tickets early and head out on Sunday, of course. All right. It's Sip on This after the break. Don't move a muscle.
Give me everything.
No for them do anything for money, anything for hype, anything for claim. So they must step up in a life. Them do anything for go trim, anything for like, anything for social media, anything for get a like. And them do anything cause them claim so that it's all about survival. Anything is like a money or the idol. Like the world is getting sick cause everybody want go.
War in great moments. If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think alone, think Chris and Charles.
When opportunity comes knocking, grab it. When I got my piece of land, I saw more than just soil. I saw a future. With a JN Bank small business loan, I grew that dream and built a better life for my family.
Start your journey with a JN Small Business Loan with small business loans as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp at 876-295-1298 to get started.
One strict, one slick, and the other. Ghetto Misfits presents Leslie Last Boy. One son with 3 fathers. The hilariously moving Father's Day stand-up comedy special with IT Ellis plus surprise guests. Leslie Last Boy. One son with 3 fathers. Sunday, June 15, Courtney Auditorium. Gates open 5 p.m. Showtime 6:30 sharp. Get your tickets now at SpurOpen.com. Info line 876-542-4160. Laughter guaranteed.
What's up, racing fans? Tune into CVM to see all of the live action from Rally X.
One race left to go today.
the internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orson Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Well, right about now, we're joined by the multi-talented, the one and only Everaldo Creary. He's an actor, a musician, a dub poet, known for his dynamic roles on stage and on screen. Is also a devoted father, and this morning he shares his journey of balancing a creative career with family life. But first, he's going to grace our Sunrise stage with a powerful monologue. Over to you, Evaldo.
Over to you.
Why did the maths book look so sad? Because it have too many problems. A classic dad joke, you know? You know, being a father is not just a role, it's a promise. One you make every single day, whether at work or at play. And not just words, but with action, with presence, with patience, with the way you show up even when you're exhausted, confused, afraid, or barely holding it together yourself. Dad, D-A-D, a lifestyle, not just a name. 2 letters double up, soft as a hug, strong as a flame. D-A-D, I wonder what that means. Draw all dreams, deliver a donut, drives at dawn. D-A-D, doing all duties, determined and devoted, dodging all disaster, dedicated and disciplined, divine and diligent. Dad is the heartbeat in the hallway light, the laugh on a sleepless night, the deck of cards on a rainy day, the mechanic that made the box truck for play. You know, it's about building a legacy, not for wealth, but of worth. A legacy that says, I am here and my presence matters. Yeah, I know the father thing, we're not perfect, we'll mess up. You know, my raise of voice, or we should have listened. You know, we miss the mark, but it's the coming back, the staying that matters. You know, teaching them that mistakes is not the end of the world. And humility is definitely not weakness. Being a father is choosing over and over again for just love louder than your flaws. To your child, show it to your child by example what it means for carry both strength and softness, and teach them to stand tall, and not just for themselves but for others too. So I say keep going, Father, though these days may blur in quiet and unseen ways. Keep going, Father, though applause may not greet your name. Your steady love still lights the flame. Keep going, Father. The world is heavy and life moves fast, but know that the seeds you plant will always last. Each word you speak, each choice you make, builds bridges only time can take. A garden watered by your glow, though when doubt creeps in and your strength feels small, more you remember this: showing up is more than all. So keep going, Father. Storm or shine, you are doing well, and you are the grand design.
Amazing. Efraud
Daddy.
Ferrari.
Right.
D-A-D. Dad.
Dad.
Diverse
Dodging
and dramatic.
all disasters.
See that? Diverse and dramatic.
You're such a darling.
Thank you. You are absolutely amazing. And those words were so poignant. They were so on point. They were so filled with dreams and love and so much wisdom. And we thank you so very much for sharing
it was
with
truth.
us. Yeah.
It was true.
Yeah.
It was true. You know, those words, I don't think we as men hear those words enough, you know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, you know, even myself, sometimes, as simple as it is, you just want to hear, hey, you know, kind of proud of you, you know.
We
keep
appreciate
going.
you.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Just keep going, you know.
But that's why I'm so happy that artists and creatives like yourself can pen these words, because a lot of times men will have these things pent up inside, but they don't know how to articulate them.
That's
and
true.
so when they can, even if they don't know what to say, all right, I could go back to Sunrise and play back whatever I'll say. Listen to this.
I hope them cut out that and just send it around and drop it in the WhatsApp group.
In
the same way that they can drop the negatives into the WhatsApp group. Something like this.
Yeah.
You need to drop it, share it. Have a look at this, Daddy. We never know if it's it, but Everaldo did say it in one way that I can't say it. So
this is it.
And tag me too,
Diverse and dramatic. But where can we get more of this type of art from you, Everaldo?
You know, I mean, art. I'm just Jamaican art. So you can get it at the theaters, you can get it on social media, at I Am Pukupu, you know what I mean? You know, Netflix, you know, because Bob Marley movies on Netflix.
I got one love. Lee Scratch Perry people. That casting there,
perfect. Awesome, you know, big time, you know.
Any
monumental, you know.
New projects on which you're working right now?
Yeah, some I can't talk about, but you know, I'm just keeping very busy, you know, working on some new music too. I just released a nice little love song, you know, reggae cover and things. So I'm just putting my best foot forward always.
Definitely.
Always.
You're a father of how many?
One child, a 14-year-old, you know.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
It has been 14 years since.
Yeah, yeah. Any particular moral or value that you pass on to him?
Wow. Yeah. I would say I'm trying to pass on the attitude for patience, you know, just more patience, and you know, especially with himself, and you know, and with others, and with learning too. That plus the enthusiasm to always want to learn.
I'd asked our dad earlier if he sees any characteristics of himself in his son. What about you?
Yeah, I do. I never wanted to.
I was about to say, is that fortunate or unfortunate?
I don't know. It was a mixed feeling, you know, because he assumed this, you know, reserved, you know, very reserved, until one day at school he did something. I was like, oh, that is such a class clown behavior. I was like, I was at kindergarten too, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he's he's awesome. He's exploring himself, and I love that.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you. Everaldo Curry. I've known him from Key Club days. You know what I mean? When we used to go Calabar, right? The man used to come at Key Club at Merle Grove, and you don't know. So, star from long time.
Calabar?
No, Calabar you go.
No,
I can't see you. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's the other way around. Oh, it's somebody else. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Hold on, no. Me shocked.
No, I thought.
I remember him as Casey. I remember him as a Casey.
Oh my God. I need to baptize. Baptize me. Kingston College. Oh my God.
You're going to have...
I know.
You have to buy drinks for that.
I know. It's fine. I will sip on this.
Buy drinks.
Well, it's a good thing. It's sip on this.
Yes.
So, of Kingston College.
Right, purple power.
Purple power extraction. And used to come to Key Club and stuff. And, he's been artistic ever since. And I'm proud of your growth, your development. When I see you on the big screen, I remember when, One Love, and I saw you, I was like, go Everaldo.
Thank you.
Always so proud of you. And I wish you all the best, continued growth, and Kingston College success.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Every time.
You're forgiving.
Pleasure. And Prairie, right here on Sunrise, Kingston College. Hello. Right here, Sunrise. Right back. Sit on this.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Where does inspiration from music come from? Why music? How you never end up being a baller?
No, sir. No, I'm done with the athlete. Every time I do that, I get injured. Our genre is so small that we don't have time to be pitting things against each other. I wanted to be an Olympian. That was my first dream and goal.
Really?
Yes, because my dad is like a world-class track and field coach.
I'm going to throw this over to you, Oje, because I don't know what going to come after that, my youth.
No, I come in like you need cartel to do this. I'm out.
You know,
you gotta tell me twice.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've come to the end of another Sunrise. But a big thank you to all our wonderful guests today.
It was a fun show. It was a nice show.
Yeah, man, very nice.
Even if I side, check the recording. Check the recording.
Yeah,
it's
accordingly.
There. Check the recording.
Yeah.
It's a tape.
That is it.
Yeah,
guys, thank you so very much. And to everybody on YouTube, Odette and the entire crew, Toya B, everybody, thank you guys so very much. And if you're not yet on our YouTube channel, please make sure you join us, right? As well as when you get there, remember to hit the like and the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, so you can know exactly when we are on.
All right. It's been a great show.
Yes.
I love that area. I love that area.
You know, Seminal Point Dennis, I swear to God, me tell you, we want to also send a special Sunrise shout out to Mommy Bennett, who is celebrating her 80th birthday today. Thanks for always checking in with Sunrise.
Thanks for always checking in.
And of course, your daughter, Ruth Ann, promises to make it a very extra special birthday and the best birthday ever. That is what it is.
Nothing.
What is that on the phone? What is that on the phone? You know, say, Dennis, you know what, go lie down. You know what I mean? Like, these are the things in life.
I'm just saying, it just brings back nice memories.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying, it brings back nice memories.
See the pressure details conditions apply. If you say, you know, I'm gonna take off this. Give me this. Enjoy. You're not saying nothing. You see when they get too much trouble? Yeah, yeah, man. How about it? Read that.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
So I thought.
And as you go forward into the world, remember, be good and be on purpose.
Yeah. Touch not the lads anointed. Rababa. Robaba.
There's a picture with you in our glasses like that too.
And the man, I ain't look at you. But happy Father's Day to all the great dads and to all the dads out there, to the single dads, all the dads, the grandpas, the stepdads, the adoptive fathers, and all the men who step up to the plate and do their duty dutifully, diligently, and with lots of care and desire. We love you. We appreciate you. Pick up yourself and remember to let them feel special as they are. Until next you see us, take care of yourselves, walk good. Remember, kindness is karma and it's also magic. So please be the blessing that you want to see. Happy Father's Day, Uncle Dennis.
Thank you very much.
Love you lots, love you loads.
Always.
Respect how you father. And to all the dads here on Sunrise,
yes,
happy Father's Day.
Yes.
And to all the dads at CVM,
big up Nita.
Happy
It's
Father's
always
Day.
Nita with Nita.
Yeah.
Oh.
With Jesus knows. The way Nita knows fight.
Yeshua.
Yeah, that's a Yeshua. That's not called Yeshua. Yeshua. I gotta tell you. Yeah. Lovely. Big up yourself. Have a great day, guys. Be magnificent. We love you. Good morning, Miss Cole. And her new baby girl. Oh my God. Yeah, she just had a baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Miss Cole?
Yes, from Wilkinson Law. Yeah. Just had her baby, Justine Cole. Congratulations to you. We love you. And happy Father's Day to the father of the baby. Okay? So bye, guys. Have a great day. We love you. Thank you so much for me. And we are trying. We are set out to the world, Dennis. Dennis. Cut this camera. Lock off the screen, please. Lock it off. Turn it off, please.
I do, and I'll use it any way I want to.